Good evening, thank you for choosing Look North. Police in South Yorkshire say they need more help from the public after a series of shootings and a stabbing in Sheffield and Rotherham. In the last few days, a man was shot getting out of a car in Burngreave, a gun was fired at a house in Aston, and a man was shot at in Freiburg. Officers believe local people do know the identity of those responsible, but they're often not coming forward. Mark Ansell has been speaking to police today in Sheffield. Mark, what can you tell us this evening?
Well, South Yorkshire Police are seriously concerned about this spike in gun crime over the last 3 days across South Yorkshire. Incidentally, there was a crime scene on London Road in Sheffield today. That was after a stabbing last night. With the shootings, they're not thought to be related, but are to do with serious and organised crime. No one has died in these shootings, but over the last 6 years in South Yorkshire, 6 people have been shot to death. Now, the police have increased patrols in those areas in Rotherham and Sheffield where the shootings took place to try to reassure the public. But they say they're lacking information from the public in order to solve these crimes that relate to guns. And I put it to the man in charge of serious and organised crime here at South Yorkshire Police that the reason for that perhaps could be that there's a lack of trust between the public and the force.
I don't think it's necessarily a lack of trust in the police. I think it's just a lack of recognition of what will happen if people pass that information, and what my assurances are. If someone doesn't want to provide information directly to police, use Crime Stoppers. There are people being exploited to hold guns and ammunition, and my plea also is anybody that knows of or is suspicious of anybody that's holding firearms or ammunition, please get in touch with us and we will take those proactive measures to go and seek those guns. I can give my assurance that we will do everything we can to keep people safe, and any information that anybody's got in relation to firearms will be treated absolutely confidentially.
Anthony Olasande is from the charity Always an Alternative, which tries to steer young people away from carrying guns and knives. He's a former gang member, and I asked him earlier why it is that some people resort to carrying firearms.
Violence works on extremes, you know, you beat somebody up worse, they stab you at worse, they have a bigger knife, you have a gun, they get a bigger gun. It's just how it evolves. They're not safe. From the meetings I have with the people in the community, the conversation I have, they are unsafe. You know, we can talk about burglaries. A lot of people have got burgled, unfortunately. The police don't come round like they used to and take fingerprints. They just send in their crime reference number. They're hardly ever seen on the road, driving around, even on foot patrol. So the communities don't feel safe anyway. And they feel that they're putting themselves at further risk if they then give the police information, because there might be some sort of retaliation on them if people were to find out that they'd done it.
So Tom, there's clearly more work to be done by South Yorkshire Police to ensure that the public feels safe enough and confident enough to tip them off about gun crime. Back to you.
Thanks very much indeed, Mark. Mark Ansell with our top story tonight on Up North.